Few people can join us. Good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor here. So we are live on Twitter Spaces, Instagram Live, and Zoom. So good evening, Norma. Yes, sir. A few other people still trying to join. Instagram, as mentioned earlier, if you are trying to join us, be sure to visit GarciaMHU.com. You can go to coaching and or events and see the login credentials for that. I love when people keep asking me for credentials. Same thing every week, every week, but okay. So, all right, let's go ahead. We got quite a few deals, a few things to discuss on here, and we'll talk a couple advertisements towards the end as well. So as usual, always stick to the end. And if anybody has any deals to pitch, make sure you raise your hand, unmute yourself, or drop a comment. Same for Instagram. You can just drop a comment on there and email to us. But let's see, we're going to get started here. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday so far. Kept thinking today was Wednesday. I don't know why. All right, so we got the let's do deal sheet. Somebody said, I was talking to another investor, and somebody made a comment. Nobody rents mobile homes for long. So kind of caught my attention when they said that. It was like, renting a mobile home for long kind of thing. So it got me to the facts that we do on the bottom right sheet of this. Tenants turnaround is a headache in mobile homes. Incorrect. Okay. The fact is, average tenant stay in mobile home rentals average from 5 to 7 years. Many park owners have said they've had the same tenant, for 20 or even longer years. Okay. Versus in apartments where are typically on average about a year. So big misconception yet again. Okay. Top right box is always the same. We upload the sheet on GMHU admin has been doing phenomenal. So awesome for that. Been uploading this sheet, and we got new deals. Like I said, few investors I've been talking to today said there's a lot of deals on here. How do you keep up with them? I have about 300 other deals that are not going to make it onto the sheet for many reasons. Okay. And that's because some of them already have buyers. A lot of those, I'd be spending more time uploading them and taking them right back out. And again, it's need and demand. As people and investors are buying out of here, that's how we are placing. I said that I would keep about 100 deals on here at one time, and that's about where we're at, 50 to 75 on average right now. So, but it does not mean, again, send us an email. Hey, I'm a new investor, or I'm investing now also in West Georgia. Do you have anything available in this area? And we connect that way as well. Okay. Let's see. So we'll go ahead and get started. Like I said, a few advertisements towards the end, so just stay tuned for those. Out the Florida, Georgia. This is right past the line of Georgia, Alabama into Florida. Okay. It's a single wide. Pictures available soon. I do have pictures for this, so I'll get these uploaded. But it is a single wide 96 model, 14 by 60. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Now, I know there's no pictures. We haven't even put the price on here. And again, we're trying to upload as much as we can. Wind zone 1. Wind zone is something we haven't covered in one of the coachings as well. Also, we've talked about it in the past, but wind zone means where the mobile home can go. Okay. Being a wind zone 1 in Florida doesn't sound very right, and it's not supposed to. Wind zone 1s is something you found in the center states, less wind resistant, that sort of thing. Wind zone 2s is what you find in Florida that you can actually bring in. They brought this mobile home down into Florida by mistake without checking such. And of course, the city immediately flagged them and said, you got to take it back. It cannot stay. It cannot be registered. So that's the kind of mistakes that I talk about when we're talking about moving and transporting mobile homes. If you don't do your homework, it will come and bite you in the rear. So that's kind of what they're stuck with. So they reached out to us. Hey, I'm trying to sell my mobile home. Nobody in Florida wants to buy it. I'm thinking, well, yeah, if you can't do anything with it in Florida, why would anybody else want to buy it in Florida? It's got to go back north. So it's kind of what they're working on. These Crandall, Georgia is North Georgia, about 10 minutes from Chatsworth, about maybe 20 minutes from the Tennessee line. We have a total of 7 units that we just got up there. There's a couple posts that are coming available on that as well. And we actually have dropped the price on here just for you all. Anybody outside of the spreadsheet is going to be asked to pay $8,000 or best offer. Okay. So these units are in pretty good condition. I'm not going to go picture by picture, but as you can see, minimal work that needs to be done. All do need to be moved, by the way. So these units do need to be moved. Okay. Let me keep going. A couple of these. And there was a couple that I like pretty good. I walked each and every one of these units. So minimal. This is minimal cleanup, touch up. There is one that needed a little bit of flooring done to it. So, that sort of thing. But All right, let's see. Perry, we got another package, land package in Perry, Georgia. That's Central Georgia. Past One Robbins in Byron, down in that area. So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Year make models a 91 Destiny, 28 by 26 by. This is 28. We need to change this. So 28 by 60. It's a pretty big double wide, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it does come with 0.34 of an acre. Okay, this is a land package asking 65K or best offer. Again, good condition. Some of it needs to be rehabbed. This extra room that it has. Electrical, always a plus to see it in this condition. If a breaker, if a breaker is missing, there's no shame in that. We can easily replace. But when you see wires pulled out, that's when we have an issue. So pretty good condition on this one here. We got a few Florence previous mobile home park that we're investing in. We got 5 more units that have come into. It's got the Facebook group here. You can probably just click on. We will be uploading some pictures on that as well. These do not have to be moved out of the park. Matter of fact, we prefer to keep in the park. And lot rent is only $300 there. It does include water and trash. A very easy park owners to get along with. We've built a great relationship there. So if anybody's looking to invest in Florence, South Carolina, send us an email. They're all handyman special fixer uppers, much like what we share. Okay. And we're back to North USA. Flint, Michigan, where I spent 2 days, I think last year, 2 days. It was in the winter too. So you can imagine what it felt like up there. It was very cold to say the least. These units here, we got quite a bit. And I mean, this can make for phenomenal investment for many of you. We do limit at this point, possibly around anywhere from 5 to maybe 6 tops per investor. But if you have a partner, you have a business associate, we can talk then at that point, give you additional units. But we're only asking $2,000 per home at this time. Lot rent, I think it's a little weird up there. They charge $8.02 for trash, $3.05 for taxes per month. So, just the way they have it break down. But the units are not horrible by any means. I mean, typical mobile home that you see in these areas. And we got a lot more pictures in this. So inside pictures that we can't upload as well. So we got that. If anybody's in the northern states, send us an email, connect us. And, that's one thing that I'm going to be talking about is, ways that we can work together. Just because you're not ready to invest yet, or it's an area that you're not comfortable in, you don't know, it's too far from you, all the above is a-okay. But, things that you can do to help us connect and start making money is if you know somebody in Flint, Michigan or nearby that wants to invest in these units, all you have to do is connect us with them. If those investors or whoever it may be, they come in and they buy some of these units, invest in them, you get paid referral. So you can already start making money. And that's, along with providing this call every Tuesday to connect with each other and sell deals out, we're also offering opportunities for people to start making money, start coming in too. If you're new at this, this could definitely be something that you can connect with us and start getting practice along with that. So just kind of keep that in mind also. Macon, Georgia. I spent a little bit of time down there earlier. I kind of made my rounds pretty quickly today, seeing I'm going to be going out of town Thursday, and tomorrow I'm guest speaking. So this is a very busy week for me. Not to say the other ones are not, but very busy week. Okay. Lot 24 is a single wide, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It just came vacant. You can kind of tell why it came vacant. Typical residents don't pay and got to be evicted. So not in horrible condition by any means. I mean, we've seen many worse than this. Power, like I said, good. And hey, it's got power on it. So, it works. That's always a plus. 2-bedroom, 1-bath in this area. This area is becoming more and more desirable in Macon. Macon and Warner Robins are side by side, but Warner Robins has always been more desirable. But here lately, it seems the Macon is starting to pick up a lot more. So we are seeing that in the markets. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's an 86 Horton. Lot rent is $375, but does include water. After repair value, we're probably 20, 21 in that area. Rent the rate around $675. I would bump that up to $700 now. These numbers in these areas continue to increase. I mean, it is a shocker. Dublin, Georgia, which is east of, we can no longer invest at that point. In that park, I hate to say it because it's been an awesome park to invest in, but just to give you an idea of numbers, less than 2 years, okay? It's that lot rent started, I believe, what was $350, and then it went up to $375. It went up to $400. It went up to $425. And again, the market is ballooning, but it's not keeping up. Meaning that now, the lot rents are going up, the houses are going up, apartments, price of material going up, but what we can sell for or what we can get for is not keeping up just yet, right? So therefore, you know, right now they're charging $550, if I remember correctly. $550 is what the same park is charging for lottery. You know, for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-1 in those areas, we're talking maybe $650, $675. So when you're talking about $100, you know, a month, it's just not there. And that's what a lot of these markets we're starting to see over and over. So when you have markets like this where it's 375 under 400, you're still in a very good market, and the rental rates are going up. So that's always a plus. You know, areas like Albany, we still have one park. We have 2 units there. We have a couple coming up available. Our Airbnb is there, and it's only $250 a month, and it includes water and trash. And the rental rates are about $700-800. So you can see the beautiful spread there. That's what you really want to get into. All these numbers going up, they will continue to go up, but the numbers in the rental rates resale will start going up as well. So therefore, you know, the spread will be there either way. Let me see. All right, before I open the floor and open any deal, anybody has a deal to pitch, and again, Instagram as well, I want to show y'all, finally, we are done. And I know I've been showing y'all this every week. The challenge home, I'm not going to go page for page on these, okay? It was ugly, it got uglier, it became beautiful, and it has opened us up to a lot more. So this is what I want to talk about, okay? These units that I'm showing you, like when I showed you lot 24 just a minute ago, it looked nothing like this. It was not a gut job, okay? It was not a gut job by any means. It was something that was, it's a cleanup, come in, touch up, make it livable, presentable, and it is ready to go. This one, however, we took it on as a challenge home because of the amount of work that it needed. I guess I needed something to do. I don't have enough to do at this point, so we took it on. But here's where you start seeing the beginning to where we start tearing it apart. You know, to any and all material that needs to go, we get rid of it. You know, especially some of this being wet soaked for so long. Mold was starting to get in there. I mean, all kinds of stuff was just happening in there, including even the beams, which this is not common, by the way. 2x4s, 2x6s, or 2x3s inside of mobile homes, we typically don't see those damaged, so it's always a plus. But I mean, this had rained in so much that all the insulation was gone. I mean, it had just washed away at this point. We had to replace all these beams on it to the point where we decided, you know, this entire wall of the mobile home is just shot. I mean, it's just gone. And if you look at the beginning picture, I mean, you can see why. All this was doing nothing. It was basically sitting there, just kind of, you know, holding a mobile home down, I suppose. So we started taking it apart, breaking it down, and just, you know, yes, let's just keep on going with more. This is some of the parts where we're just tearing it apart, just getting to it. And again, we're seeing more and more damage. Just the, oh my gosh, kind of surprises that I talk about. Here they are. So we decided, let's go ahead and build entire walls on it and just let's reconstruct the mobile home. This will probably never happen again. Okay. I love challenges, but you know, it's one of those things. But again, something plus always comes out of this. So here's where we're actually starting to put the wall together, the whole side of the mobile home. This is where we're putting it back together. So, you know, this mobile home now is basically a brand new mobile home. That's what it boils down to at this point. Okay. Everything fixed in there. We did use 2x4s instead of 2x3s. We're not going to shave an inch off at this time. We kept it as is. Started putting all the insulation, putting it back together. Okay, here's the pretty coming back up, you know, livable, presentable. We use all sheetrock. We did not go back with particle boarding. I don't care for particle boarding unless we know that we're going to transport the mobile home. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so we put sheetrock, sanded it, mud, everything that needs to be done. All lumber, of course. We don't use particle board. Okay, I replace particle board sometimes just to replace if it's in an area I notice it's starting to get bouncy, squeaky. You know, that's a problem to get worse and worse. Problems don't get better over time. So slowly but surely we had it coming back together. And yes, the investment was growing, of course. Did we break the budget? You'll hear about the numbers here in a minute. And yes, we did. Okay. We spoke about this here as well. We made a section for the water heater itself. Here's the exterior at this time, and we got creative. You know, once we started investing more and more, I said, well, you know, at this point is what it is, so let's keep it going. The windows, I like to talk about the windows. We found old building that there's a building they are demoing. We got some of the windows off of it. And it's, it's just old unique windows that we used on here. So I'll keep going on here. They open out outward instead of inward or upwards kind of thing. So it's just kind of unique, just little things we use. We used house windows on this one side of the mobile home, both sides actually. And they're massive. They're massive windows. I think the people are really going to appreciate those. So let's see. And we keep going. Cabinets, of course, countertop, we started bringing. And remember, this is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It is a 14 by 60. So it's small. It's small. You can't come in and put thousands of cabinets in here. I actually made a couple of videos on that earlier talking about, not eliminating space, but all the lumber flooring, of course, the walls are coming together. We did put trim. Trim is something we typically don't put inside of mobile homes either, but we did in this one here. Here is the laundry section. Here's the vanity in the sink, the shower. And again, get a little creative, just make it more unique. Here's one of the closets. We did not put doors because again, we're trying not to eliminate room space at this point. Here's now the outside of the picture once we come in and painted it. It was I forget the name of the paint we used, but it was almost like a stain and a paint mixed together. It was pretty unique, pretty neat. This is our 6th unit that we have out there, and all the mobile homes look familiar. Some have the gray on top, and just people know which belong to us. So it's kind of what we did on here. Let me see. Flooring, of course, you can see now. Light fixtures, we put all new light fixtures in here. That's why you see these hanging, because the light fixtures we use are the ones that actually get tucked up in the ceiling. So, again, space limited. We can't really put fans into a mobile home this small. You're tall, you're definitely going to get hit by a fan. So you don't want that. Here's all the flooring we use. No carpet. Notice no carpet other than the contractor decided this is a nice little gesture. Whatever. Put it in the closet then. Okay. We don't use carpet. Vinyl in the living room and the boarding on the second section. And we did put bridges in here, of course. Let me see if I got a better angle of that. We'll see here in a second. But again, you're seeing it progressively more and more as it's coming along towards the finish steps up. And here's the final view of the kitchen. There's still a couple little things inside the home. Here is the porch once fixed up, painted. And again, to have it go from this view from what it was, it's a rather upgrade to say the least, right? Ugly to uglier too. It is now standing beautifully. The city loves it. It's right across the street from a church. So they were jumping up and down. They want it demoed. They didn't think we could rehab it, and we did. So there it is. But now what's more important than all the challenge that took 2 months and 2 days, the numbers. Okay, let's talk about these numbers real quick. All in, $9,928.77. That's got me cringing because I don't spend those kind of numbers. Okay, those are beginner numbers. Material, $6,178.77. Okay, yes, that was a lot of material. We're going to talk about that in a second too. And then labor, $3,750. I managed to get the contractor to shave a few $100s and get me off the 4,000 mark. Okay. But again, you got a budget when you're starting out. I got numbers for the rehab, for the material. And of course, if we take out a wall and suddenly there's mold, it needs insulation, it needs additional material, well, then the labor's going to go up. The material is going to go up. That's a given, right? In our case, we kept going up and up and up. Now, one thing that, we stay in budget. No, we went over by $3,408. Okay. When you're breaking your budget in a certain point, anything you invest in, again, I don't like to call them expenses. Expenses is what you call a liability, an asset that's going to make you money. It's all investment and it's part of. Now, at one point I will say, if this number kept climbing and climbing, something you got to keep in mind. But when you're getting close to your budget breaking and you go over your budget, any little expense that you do has to be accounted for. We need more material. Okay, we don't just run a Home Depot or Lowe's anymore. Now we got to get real creative. Off-market material, Craigslist, Let Go, Classified, OfferUp, all these places that we can find a lot of times even free material. We're not band-aiding this. We clearly didn't do a poor job on it. It is set, it is beautifully done, but you got to get real strategic when you start investing in this and you break your budget, right? Because any penny out of pocket is every penny has to go back in before you get into your ROIs, return on your investments. The less you spend, the better. Okay. What do we learn from it? Be more strategic. Okay. Get real strategic real quick. You start really paying attention at that point. Like, oh, we're breaking our budget. That's not a good feeling, right? What was the ROI? 91.36% at 19K will sell the mobile home, but we're thinking more so it's going to be a rental. We got rentals there. We're trying to keep these as passive income, generating income for years. Okay. So we're thinking at that. But even so, we still got a positive investment. Okay. It's still positive. 9,000 and we can get double that at 19K. We're not bad. But again, these are not the numbers that we like to be into. We got another deal we're going to present to y'all next week. The numbers on. It's going to blow y'all away. I made a quick little video on it today. Go see our social media and you'll see what I'm talking about. What else could come from this? So here's the thing. Okay. A lot of people, they start really panicking when they start seeing the numbers start going up and up. I always say is what good, what more positive can come out of this? This park owner is so thrilled with the phenomenal job that we've done in the other 5 and the 6th one looking like this. Like he said, now the city will get off me. They will quit calling me, telling me that I need to rehab this or remove it. They're actually happy with it. He had another unit that he just vacated, just got rid of tenants. He's starting to get more and more to this point where he wants to sell all the units and just own the land, the park anyway. He said, Jay, you did such a great job. I love to if you just want to take that another unit, take it. I'll give it to you at no cost. And, do the same thing, do a good job of rehabbing that unit, and we're good. What else good came from this unit? So now let's take that into account. We got a free mobile home at 0 cost. So now we're about to put money into it. We've already budgeted. We're going to be around 35 to 4,000 all in. We're going to do a little bit of rehab because there's no cost to the mobile home. So when you account the all ins and the ROIs, where does that put us now getting a free mobile home? These are the things that you have to keep in mind. When you're investing, think about the end result, the exit strategy. When you're in there, you're spending, you're investing, and as a lot of people saying, I'm wasting all kinds of money. You don't forget about the end result, and therefore you're panicking. I wouldn't suggest anybody do that. Let's see, Instagram. Thank you. Instagram joining as well. So something to keep in mind on here. This is a proud one. As small as this mobile home is, I typically go for 3 2s, 2 2s. But again, it was a challenge. It was something for us to go. We've made multiple videos on it when we first started. And yes, multiple times in there, I started thinking, let's demo this freaking thing. This is yes. But we stuck it out, kept going, and this is what we got. So, something for us, to all of us to learn, of course. Let's see. Still there. Yes, still under 10,000. Barely. We save a few dollars. There you go. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Darren. Okay, 2,000. Airbnb resale is 17. How much should you spend on the home repairs? I'm going to read that one out loud. If the ARV, which stands for after repair value, resale price is 17,500, how much should you spend on the home plus repairs? I've always said be all in, and numbers have changed. Remember, the market is crazy right now. If a third all in. So if a mobile home is selling for 20,000 after repair value, I don't want to be in it for more than around 7,000 to 8,000 tops. That's about a third all in. That's the formula that you need to keep in mind. All in means the mobile home. It means the rehab, the labor, the material, the holding, the utilities, the insurance, everything. I don't want to be in it more than around 8,000 tops if I can sell it for 20K. Okay. Anybody have a deal to present tonight? And y'all can unmute yourselves, by the way. I'm sending the Instagram real quick. Instagram, if you want to join us also on these calls. These are every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do pitch these calls. Let me see. All right, real quick, couple advertisements, and then we'll get back on the floor for a second. Tomorrow night, I will be guest speaking. If you are local to the Atlanta, Georgia area, if you want to drive, I did have an investor from South Carolina say they may try to drive. They better try to drive because on Thursday, I'm driving to North Carolina. So that's closer. Come on by. Atlanta, Georgia. See our social media. We just blasted it for. I will be close to downtown Atlanta tomorrow. I will be guest speaking. For those of you that are on the Wednesday webinar call, we will go live at the actual event. So you'll get to hear while I'm actually presenting in classroom kind of style. It's actually a restaurant where they do it. And we'll be talking about exit strategies within mobile homes. I mentioned to a few investors how we're doing Airbnb and some of the exit strategies we're getting into, and they immediately invited us over. They want to hear more about it. So I want to talk about it. So we're good. Okay, so we'll be doing that tomorrow night. Thursday night, I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina. It is a big only mobile home park owners event. I've been invited to come and network with them as well. So I'll see a lot of connections happening out of that. I see a lot of deals coming out of that. So definitely stay tuned. It is North Carolina. So that's also an area we do cover. We don't do as much in North Carolina right now, but we do see a lot of deals coming available on that. As of this week, storages are in. Okay, we got them. Storages. There's 3 large storage units in one of the mobile home parks in Macon, and we have taken over at this time. So we will be putting those in the market starting very soon. I think it's like 30 for small, 50 for large. We'll talk about numbers later on that and different things. We're also trying to get creative with those as well. So we'll talk about that some more. How is the Airbnb? Phenomenal. It is awesome. The second Airbnb is coming to an end. It is going to be done very soon. I have the investor partner coming up from Florida early next week, bringing all the furniture, everything that's going to go in it. So we'll have pictures on that as well. And we'll blast that on the market. So we'll see how good that one does. But the one that's there, awesome. Change the laws in Atlanta for Airbnb. Not to my knowledge. When are you updating the Google Sheet? The Google Sheet gets updated every day, Norman. Changes happen and it does save immediately. So if there's something we missed, just let us know. But I'm pretty sure it should be to the latest update at this time. Anybody have any deals? Last advertisement, because it's gone live at this point. June 25th, June 26th, an additional guest speaker has signed up to be there with us. So the event, like I'm saying, is going to be the biggest one yet down in Central Georgia. A few people have already signed up. Seats are limited. Instagram, that goes for you too, and Twitter Spaces over there. Seats are limited. June 25th, June 26th. It's a Saturday and a Sunday all-day event in a classroom ballroom. We're going to have a lot of guest speakers. We're going to have handy contractors there. We're going to have park owners, park managers. I'm thinking a couple park owners want to attend anyway, so we're going to have them there to speak. And of course, learn from each other and network. That's the biggest thing. So we got that going on. Sunday followed up from Saturday. We're going to go out in the field, and that's where we actually show you deals, go in and out of mobile homes. Make sure you follow all of our social media. We're going to start blasting a lot more. We have a few VAs starting out with us as well. That's another thing I've been working on is I think I've hired 7 people this week. So yes, my head is spinning. I actually got off the call with a couple new employees before I got on this call on here. So yes, it's been busy, but it's good. It's good. We're growing. In order for us to be nationwide in the next 5 years, I need more manpower. So, okay. I am looking into, thank you, Graham. I am looking for a couple sales agents as well. So if anybody on this call or anybody seeing this tomorrow during the recording, send us an email. We're looking for a couple sales agents to add to. So, all right. I see nobody else has a deal at this time. I don't think. Any last questions before we go?
I have a quick question about the type of mobile parks. I was researching, and it's my understanding there sometimes you have the 55 and up, and then you just have the regular mobile parks. Is that still something that exists, or
where are you located? If you don't mind me asking.
Atlanta.
Oh, you're in Atlanta. Oh, you better be there tomorrow then. Yes. So the 55 and above,
I'll be there.
Awesome. The 55 and above is something you see more in like Florida. It's retirement homes, that sort of thing. And yes, it's very limited. It's even limited to us investors. I do have a few investments in a 55 and above, but I would not suggest for the most part investing in those. You want to stick to all age parks. Don't ever limit yourself.
Okay.
All right. One last question before we go. Anybody? Awesome. Great call. Awesome call. I got one more coaching before I call it a date. So I'm going to jump on that. Thank you all for joining, and we will see you all, whoever's part of the members, tomorrow evening. Have a good night.